So I've done quite a few interviews with different companies, and so far all the companies are well beyond where I'm at. And so I contact these guys and kind of pick their brains about, hey, how you doing? What are you doing? And how do you do it? And they've been all fantastic. Most of these people are really cool in our business. So one of the things that come over and over, especially in the interviews, in fact, I think everybody in the interview talks about it, and that is a rainy day fund. Everybody has a different word for it, a different phrase for it, but it comes down to an all crap moment where you're driving down the road and something bad is happening, or you pull up and something's leaking, etc. And so everybody I've interviewed have funds in the bank to handle some of these things that come up. Now, I don't know if all of them have enough to replace an engine or a transmission or what. Now, this is a 2005 truck. It's my truck. It's paid for. I owe nothing on it. It's got a very good paint job. It looks good. It doesn't leak, or at least it doesn't leak anymore. And so I knew I was going in to the shop today. Let me just kind of come in here and show you here. So I knew I was coming into the shop today, and I knew it was going to be, or yesterday, I knew it was going to be a pretty good bill. That header there had to be replaced, the head gasket. As you can see, it's nice and shiny on the other side. It doesn't look that pretty. Also, there were some O-rings that were leaking on the fluid to keep the engine cool, and then also bad news was the radiator, and it's a monster radiator. This is that 6.5. You can't really see the radiator, but this motor is the 6.0, excuse me, and it's a workhorse. And so the radiator that's in here is pretty big, and so it was leaking. It was cracked, and they don't make them like they used to, where you could just gut them out and redo them. But so everything is just replaced. It's kind of like a toaster, right? So that was a huge bill. So a couple of $1,000s later, because they replaced the belts, they did a couple other things that had to be done. I have a brand new serpentine there and other belts that had to be redone. And so instead of owing any money, I've had that put back for an all crap moment, and this was an all crap moment today. And that's if I could tell people one thing, that is, when you get extra money, put it in the bank. Put it in the bank for slow times. Put it in the bank for bad times. Put it in the bank because things happen. You don't want to show up at the customer with a truck that goes rat tat 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 tat. That's Fred Sanford stuff, right? And you definitely don't want to pull or back into somebody's driveway and be leaking crap all over, or in their street, because that's like a calling card, right? Yeah, well, what happened there? Oh, my junk company did that. What junk company was that? Better not be Junk Removal or Easy Go Junk, because that doesn't bode well. I want that job to be pleasant from the point we show up to the time we leave, and I want the customer to be satisfied. I don't want to leave a calling card and say, oh, by the way, man, we peed in your backyard and crapped all over it, meaning things in their front where you're leaking. So I think that's really important to always have a fund where you can take care of these things. And as I said in another video, the perfect time to take care of these things, guess what? It is time when it's slow. If you can just bottle these up when it's slow, you can still adjust your schedule and things can still happen. So these are a little over 2 years old, and the roads here are pretty rough. These are really nice tires, by the way, but the roads here they just beat the snot out of your tires. Well, by the time you're done, you're going to be paying $500-600 for tires, maybe more. And if you have a fetish for tires and you want a certain brand and a certain look and a certain knobby, these are all set and I'm happy with them. But the reality is, eventually they're going to be needing replaced. And how do you do that? Do you want to use a credit card, or wouldn't it be nice just to turn around and say, hey, just put them on and not worry about it? Back to this. to me, that is me. That's me. That's Gary. And my company represents everything I do for somebody. And so you don't want to leak and pee all over somebody's driveway, and you don't want to leak or pee all over somebody's roadway. You don't want to leave that calling card. So the reality is this: put back, and put back. These guys that are way ahead of me, I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I don't have to rediscover what they already know. All I have to do is listen to them and do. What are we picking up?
A recliner, two-seater recliner, but look at my gloves. My gloves are becoming
Is that cat hair?
Cat hair.
Are you allergic to cat hair?
Yes, I am.
Not any fun there.
Nope.
But we're going to get this going. Love the use of the four-wheel dollies, especially when the backs come off like this. Easy peasy. Well, there it is, man. It wasn't that tough of a job. It's literally a recliner love seat, and that's it. We're done for the first one. Second couch today, and easy pickups, so don't say no to the easy ones. Again, backing was imperative. She has a circular driveway here, but there was no way of dragging our trailer and truck through that, and so as you can see, to get into that area you had to be a very good backer, and we are. I'm very fortunate that we are good backers. If you guys need any work done, that's your company. Just let that man right there haul your troubles away. How's your fuel prices going, guys? We are at 343.9. That sucks. And pet peeve, I hate when these TV things come on and just invade your privacy. It's not my thing. I don't want to hear it. So did you know if you push the right second button right there, that will watch.
3 nicotine levels to apply.
That's irritating to me. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Free thinking. Not looking at buy a mattress while I'm pumping gas. I haul mattresses, baby. Look at this. Look at this. That is dollar bills going in. Every gallon of gas represents $3 and let's just call it 44 cents right now. And this is why you have to charge an appropriate amount for your junk removal business, man. It's business. Well, she's full and ready to roll. She is one dirty machine. This thing is running well now. Hey, that's the business to do right there. Call us. So here's a question for you. With inflation, are you thinking of raising your prices, or are you doing things to cut your overhead in other ways? What are your thoughts on it? Just heard on the news that inflation is at a 40-year high, which takes you back to Reagan, which I am old enough not only to vote for him, but vote for him twice. And then some, actually. Wow. But the reality is everything is going up. You know, my wife goes to the grocery store and it's up. The dump fees are up. As you saw earlier, gas is up. Now, in your area, it may be higher and it may be a little lower, but it's up significantly what it was, a year ago, for sure, but a year and a quarter ago, it's up quite a bit. So that affects everything we do, because we don't go from point A to point B without a gallon of gas. And so what are the things you can do to keep your prices down? I know mapping out, you know, it's kind of like what UPS is famous for, you know, no left turns, right? They try to do everything on a right-hand turn, and you go, why? Because going across traffic takes more time. So they map out their routes and the daily runs for all right-hand turns, at least as much as possible. And so they have figured out how to get the most out of their fuel, because you can imagine, besides employee cost, fuel is the other thing that goes really, really high. Every time you turn around, your insurances are going up, your gas is going up, or your diesel is going up, depending on which way you go. Your tire prices are going to go up, your mechanic prices are going to go up, your groceries are going up, your electrical is going up. Everything is going up, because that's what inflation does. You know, it's a scale that moves the whole economy to a higher dollar, or the dollar is worth less. And so I'm gonna probably have to raise mine up, to be quite honest with you. And I raised them up the last quarter last year, not significantly, but enough. And so, but I want to keep it competitive. But at the same time, I definitely am not in this for a job. I'm definitely in this business as a business, and I'm definitely in to making a profit. In fact, if I'm not making a profit, if I can't put money back, if I can't, and I'm talking not just money for a rainy day, but a fund that will fund me when I'm older. If I can't do that, then I'm in the wrong business. And more than likely, you would be too. And so it just really behooves you to figure a way to be able to make enough, not only to live day to day, but to have the little extras and then have a retirement. And that's a whole nother ball game. Here we are, one filthy looking vehicle. That does not bode well for business when it looks that friggin' ratty. So guess what we're doing today? We're gonna clean this beast and make it look pretty, because I want people to see a clean truck. It's a work truck, man. There's no doubt about it. It's always got a can and stuff sticking out the back end, but I don't want it to look ratty. And this is starting to look ratty and dirty. You can start seeing how each load kind of gets, obviously I had some grease there. Each load puts its mark on it, and it's just starting to look dirty. And we have windstorms and things here in Arizona that make this thing get dirtier and dirtier, and drive down, you know, roads that cause things to look ratty. But about an hour from now, this thing's gonna look sharp. So a little more than an hour, I got a truck that looks sharp. I got a trailer that looks clean. You know, there's nothing you can do about little scratches here and there, dings and stuff like that. But you definitely, you don't want to show up looking all ratty and ugly. You want to look professional. I can guarantee you the big boys look professional. And if you want to compete with them and you want to take their business, or business that would like to do business with you, you want to look as professional as possible. That way when you show up and they say, man, I'm glad I did business with them, it's a good thing. Look, you wouldn't show up at these people's houses with a shirt and pants that you've worn for a week, underwear that you haven't changed in a month. You wouldn't do that. You would just, man, you'd be stinky. Well, it's the same thing, man. Your first impression is the most important thing you can do. So clean your vehicles, man. I got some sweeping up to do. But man, when I pull up, I want people to look at this and say, that's the business. Man, my truck is old. It's a 2005 4x4 3/4 ton 6.0 Allison tranny, very powerful. and able to pull this trailer easily. He's even got a trailer pull inside. And so just remember, man, you want to look sharp as possible. You want to look professional. Get your, it's just as important to look good, man, when you're driving down the road as it is pulling up to somebody's place, man. You go, man, that's a sharp looking rig. That's a sharp looking rig. You might be asking yourself, what are these about? These are junk finds. I brought them home and I made a walkway. Pretty cool, huh? All free. A little work and a beautiful walkway. Too, excuse the shadow. So this is what I did with these. I made a nice little circular to that planting area there, and slowly but surely building a little bit here and there. These were scheduled to be thrown away. We saw them and we kept them, and I got a couple of others left, and who knows what's the next thing. Junk find. Man, competition is heavy. That's a nice looking truck though. We love the big guys. So it's the end of the week, and it's been a good week in many ways. Many ways it could be improved. We're always looking for improvements. The highlight is probably 6 reviews, Google reviews, and I'm really, really proud of that. We're at 166 and climbing. Customers love us, and that's the goal, is to make them love us and want to come back as many times as they need us. And it's all about relationships, and it's all about building a rapport with people. It's not only that, is when they leave a review, or you leave a good taste in their mouth with your company, they are much more likely to share your card. That's one thing we've been doing a lot, and that is making sure that they receive a card at the front door. We make sure that they know exactly who's serving them, and we get a lot of referrals, man. That's probably our biggest thing here. So anyway, it's all about building relationships, building a rapport with customers. They tell a friend, they tell a friend, they tell a friend, and pretty soon you're in business, man. So another week down, another good, positive month in the making, and we're stoked. So if you'll take a moment, just like reviews, we would love you to subscribe, like, and share, and comment on these videos, and we'll keep them coming. We'll keep these type of videos coming, and I really want to do much more with the interviewing of successful companies and see what they're doing right, see if we all can learn a little bit from them. So don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you, guys.